Hey there! So today I'm going to impart all of my meal planning wisdom to you. This video might be a touch bit longer than normal. I hope you have time to listen to it all the way to the end because there's like tons of good stuff going to be in here. So I really started meal planning right after I got married, but it wasn't because I was eating healthy. I was finding myself every single day stopping at the grocery store on the way home from work. And at lunchtime, I would try to pull up Pinterest and find a recipe for dinner. And then I would mentally have to think, what is in my cabinet on the ingredient list? What will I need to pick up? And then every single day, I was having to drive home to the grocery store on my way home. And it just got to be really time consuming, and I was so exhausted at every single day going to the grocery store. And I remember my breaking point was one day whenever I had stopped at the grocery store already and I had dinner literally on the stove. Pasta was boiling and I had stuff in the oven, and I forgot something that I really needed. I couldn't finish dinner without it, so I had to go back to the grocery store for a second time. And that was it. I was done. I was like, this is ridiculous. There has to be a better way. So that really opened the door for me to learn about meal planning. And then it's kind of evolved as time has gone on, and I've kind of tailored it to my healthy lifestyle. So I just wanted to give you some tips of what I've learned along the way, and then kind of give you my weekly routine as to how I get things done. I will say it is a skill that you have to learn, so it's probably not going to come easy to you at first. You'll probably have lots of questions, and you'll figure out what works for your family and doesn't work for your family. So I encourage you to try it out and keep working with it until you really get your routine down, and then it'll become a lot easier. So the benefits to meal planning, obviously I spend less money when I plan ahead and I only buy what I need. And also I'm not impulse buying stuff all across the store because I have my list, I have my plan. That plan also uses all the food that I'm going to be buying, so you waste less. Obviously less trips to the grocery store. There in the beginning, before I had kids, I would only go to the grocery store once every 2 weeks. And that was, less time in Walmart is more time anywhere else. I hate going to Walmart, so that's always a plus. And then also, if you have it written down, you're more likely to do it. You're more likely to stick with your healthy meals instead of, picking up fast food or picking up some junk on the way home or something you didn't plan on at the grocery store. There are all kinds of different ways that you can meal plan. Some people just like paper and pencil. That's kind of most of the time what I do. But there are tons of websites and apps that will help you as well. If you just Google meal planning websites, one that I have used in the past is called plantoeat.com. And it just helps you streamline, kind of figures out what the ingredients are in your recipes and builds your grocery list for you. But there's all kinds of different resources like that out there. You just got to look for them. I wanted to show you my planner also. This is a plum paper planner, and it has 7 different sections of each week, and you can personalize them to whatever you want them to be. So in my 7, I have the events for the day, my husband's school schedule, my to-do list for the day, things I need to do with my business, and then at the bottom I used 3 of those sections for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I actually can see all of that on one spread. So like this is my week, and I have, all the things we had to do, and then my meals at the bottom. So that's been really nice. I really, really like this planner. And it wasn't that expensive. So that's what I have currently been doing, but most of the time too, I just use pencil and paper. Okay, so I'm going to get into some tips. The first tip I have is to just keep it simple. So your family's not going to starve if they don't have a full 5-course meal of homemade Pinterest recipes. Meat, vegetables, carbs. Start with the basics. chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes. It doesn't have to be crazy elaborate. You don't have to go out and find the best Pinterest casseroles. When you're starting out and you're trying to learn, just keep it simple so it doesn't overwhelm you and you want to continue to do it. What I do and why I'm posting this today is to create a weekly routine. So, of course, this is going to take some planning ahead of time. And when you have a weekly routine, that just helps you make sure that you're getting things done to set yourself up for a success the next week. So my weekly routine is on Fridays, I meal plan on my lunch break and I make my grocery list. On Saturdays, I grocery shop, and on Sundays, typically I don't prep, but I know that's a big prep day for most people to get anything ready for the week ahead. If you want to bulk prep your lunches, or if there's anything that you need to prepare for dinners, things like that. So that's my routine, and I know that if I have not made it to the grocery store by Monday, my week is going to fall apart. Sometimes I can get to the grocery store on Monday and still be okay, but I know that after that, my week is just going to be garbage. So really try to stick to that routine. And it's going to be different for everybody because I'm a full-time worker and a mom. So that's just what works better for me. But if you're home more often, something else, some other arrangement might work better for you. Also, I don't have just a routine for meal planning, but I also have a routine for what I eat every day. So I always have my shake in the morning, and then I have a fruit and a healthy fat for a morning snack, and then I usually have leftovers for lunch because I don't like the bulk prepped meals and I don't like salads that much, so I always make sure I have leftovers. And then I have veggies and a healthy fat for afternoon snack, and then I typically have protein, veggies, and carbs for dinner. So that helps me plan out every day what I need to eat, and I typically know all of the staples that it takes to plan out my meals. So every day I know I'm going to have my shake. I need spinach for my shake. I need frozen fruits for my shake, and it doesn't really matter what they are. I just know I need to buy them. I have fruits, cheese, nuts, veggies, dip, and hummus. So those are like the staples that I eat all the time, that it's easier to make my meal plan when I know that routine that I have each day and the types of foods that I eat. So you're not having to make something different for lunch and every single day and different for snacks, and like you don't have to have 5 separate meals that are different every single day of the week. Recycle, repeat. It works. So have a routine, 1 in your planning, and 2 actually in what you eat. It makes it a lot easier. If you start a Pinterest board, then that will help a lot. That's basically what I do to keep all my recipes in one spot. But if you like to keep recipe books or you like to keep binders full of printed recipes, like whatever works for you. But I found, just searching on Pinterest for clean eating or paleo diet or Whole30 or the 21 Day Fix or Weight Watchers, you can get a lot of good, clean, healthy recipes that way, and then just keep them all located in that one spot. So that way I go, I'll have 2 pieces of paper, I'll sit down in front of Pinterest, and I will figure out what I want to eat. And as I'm looking at those recipes on Pinterest, I'm also making my grocery list. So I just go down the ingredients list and I write down all the things I know I need. And then afterwards, I go through my cabinets and I look for all the random stuff that I need. And then that's sort of how I make my grocery list. I also categorize my grocery list. So I make blocks for dairy, and a block for breakfast, and a block for canned food, and a block for grains. And that way when I'm actually in the store, I know when I go down the breakfast aisle that I look at this one section, and I don't have to go through, 50 things on my list, missing them and having to go back to aisles. So that's helpful too. Another tip could be, as you make your meal plan, to write your grocery list on the back of it and then save them. So, if you're going through at least 20 or 30 minutes of making a meal plan and making a grocery list, why not keep it? Why throw it away? If you've already invested that time, just file them away in a folder or a notebook or something in your kitchen, and then when a few weeks later comes along, you know, pull it back out and you already have your meal plan done. I do prep each night for the next day, and it makes my day go much smoother. So as I'm cleaning up dinner, all the leftovers become my lunch for the next day. I go ahead and pack them in containers. I put them in a stack in my refrigerator, and I make sure my husband knows that they are mine, not his. That way, in the morning, I don't have to pack my lunch. It's already done for me. So I just have to grab the stuff out of the refrigerator and throw it in my lunchbox and go. Sometimes when I know I'm going to have a especially hard morning, I'll just go ahead and pack it in my lunchbox and throw my whole lunchbox in the refrigerator. And that makes it a little bit easier. Also, if you do work like I do, I try to keep my desk and my work fridge stocked with as many things that I can keep there. So my tea, my nuts, my almond butter, crackers, I'll keep those in my desk. In our fridge, I'll keep a bag of carrots and a thing of hummus and a package of cheese. So that way I'm not actually having to pack every single thing I'm going to be eating. You know, at least half of it is already at work. So I really just have to grab my leftovers from dinner, my extra fruit, my extra veggies, and really the rest is already at work. So whatever you can shove in your desk drawer or your work locker, whatever you have there, anything like those Kind bars, granola bars, you know, the non-perishable stuff, that really helps. So I think that is all of my tips for now. I know it's a lot, this video is a little bit longer, but I really hope you take the time. I hope this helps you at least get started. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I don't care at all to help you. I did give you the meal plan for this week. If you didn't use it, you know, maybe consider using it for next week. And if not, then go ahead and find some tips. I'm going to be posting templates later today and recipes to help you get started for next week. So it does take planning and preparation beforehand. So, you know, come Monday, you shouldn't be sitting down to make your meal plan. You know, you need to work over the weekend in order to be prepared for Monday. So I hope you all take time this weekend to at least try your first meal plan, or if meal planning is something you already do, feel free to share your tips. Anything that I've left out or anything that you do that's helpful, just let us know. So I hope you have enjoyed this group, and I just really am grateful that you're here and that you're interested, and I hope it's helpful. So I will see you later. Bye.